In my last video, me and a buddy took a walk down Deep River nature trails. Down by the river. Done it many times. Only this time, we stumbled across an area that I've never seen before. And I thought it was pretty cool because we found an abandoned building. So it sparked my interest. And so later on, when I got home, or the next day, I looked it up to see what it was we stumbled upon. And in order for me to tell you what it was, I kind of need to give you a history lesson. Like I said, I think I figured out the name of this place. It's called Dick's Mill. It's an old milling company, and it dates back pretty old. So grab your drinks, grab your cigarettes, your coffee, whatnot, because I'm about to give you a history lesson. Okay. This article that I'm about to read to you was published in 2009, April 15th, 2009. And it says, the original name of Randleman was Dick's Mill, after the merchant flour mill shown here, built by Peter Dix in about 1830. That's pretty old. The mill was built on Deep River above the modern US 220 Business Highway Bridge, but about 1900 was moved downstream to stand near the Naomi Mill. Okay, US 220 is the road that runs along here, right here on my street. Technically, it's not. It changed the name, but it's still the same road. Where was I? Okay, at one time, it included not only wheat and corn stones. What is it? This is a wheat field. But an oil mill too. It was demolished in about 1965. Man, I can't read today. Architecturally, the building is too big to be an 18th century mill, and the many large windows are early 19th century at best. It is the size of what is called a merchant mill, a mill that not only ground corn into meal and wheat into flour, but grated the flour through bolting and sifting machinery to produce a more refined white flour. Peter Dix, born 1771, died 1843, the subject of the posts, was a farmer and a merchant who operated a general store in the then thriving village of New Salem. He served in many public capacities, including being one of the commissioners of New Salem, which was incorporated in 1816, who sold lots and laid off streets. He was a justice of the peace, what we now call county commissioner. He also served as the clerk of the court of equity. He was one of the founders of New Garden Boarding School, now Guilford College. Throughout his life, he remained a trustee of the school and was an active member of Society of Friends in both Center and New Salem monthly meetings. Peter Dix and wife Nancy Ann Hodgins' tombstones are in New Salem. Okay. Even though it is historically clear that Peter Dix Mill on Deep River was the focal point around the village of Union Factory and the city of Randleman subsequently coalesced, there is confusion over what really happened. Some sources say Peter Dix built a grist and oil mill on Deep River in 1800. Pioneer local historian J.A. Blair, in his Reminiscence of Randolph County, finesses over the question by saying, "Away back in the shadowy past, Peter Dix had a grist and an oil mill at this place." Okay. The writer goes on to say that, "I'll say they're all wrong. It was even earlier than that. Grandfather Peter Dix, born 1720 to 1796, brought the family down from God bless it. Brought the family down from York County, PA, to Guilford County in 1755. Settled in the Polecat Creek area near Central Meeting. At some point soon thereafter, he built a mill on Deep River, which became the family business. In the Roman County Court minutes, we read. Nope, I'm not going to read that. Pennington's Mill and Hickory Creek were in southern Guilford County, with the creek heading on or about the present Sedgefield Golf Course and running into Deep River below Freeman's Mill. Where was I? Okay. Russell's Run, or creek, runs into Deep River between Freeman's Mill and Coltrane's Mill. Polecat Creek rises in southern Guilford and runs into Deep River below Randleman. So this road, roughly from Sedgefield to Groomstown, near Jamestown, to the trading path ford near modern Randleman. It appears that Peter Dix either applied for permission to build a mill or bought an existing mill site just as soon as he came to North Carolina in the early to mid 1750s. And if that mill on Deep River wasn't located at the modern Randleman, I don't know where else it could have been. When Union Factory was built just upstream in 1848, it made use of Dick's Mill Dam. James Dick, from 1804 to 1883, owner and operator of the grist mill at that time, became a stockholder of the cotton factory along with a group of fellow Quakers. When the Naomi Manufacturing Company was built in 1879 to 1880, a new dam was built downstream at the site of Naomi Falls, and the new dam backed water into the tail race of the grist mill, making it inoperable. Dick's Mill was thereupon disassembled, moved to a site below the Naomi factory, and reconstructed just beside the new bridge over the ford below the mill. The mill is clearly visible in several photographs on that side of Naomi factory, including one where it is in the background and a steel bridge is being replaced in 1959. The mill remained in business on that spot until it was demolished in the mid-1960s. Yep. So the building was demolished in the 1960s. So in other words, Dick's Mill, that area that we stumbled upon, set history for Randleman. Because Randleman, the town that I live in, was first known as Dick's Mill. And then later the name of the town changed. So that mill, that area, was for corn and wheat and apparently oil. And they used that river to power it. Sounds interesting. 1830. That is 192 years ago? Something like that? That's an old area. And it mentioned that there was a Naomi mill or manufacturing company there. So I tried to look that up as well, and I came across a story that I'm gonna have to do in another video, because interesting stuff. You find interesting things when you dive deep into the history of things. You come up with some interesting facts and stories. And in one of my upcoming videos, I'm going to explain this whole Naomi story thing, but not now. Yes, I know this was a weird video. Not used to this type of video. I'm not used to making it. My reading skills is not that good because I always stumble on my words sometimes, but it is what it is. Yeah, if you liked this content and you want to hear more history lessons, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, I guess that's gonna wrap this here video. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.